Okay, so this is what we're working with. This is the reality of my life. Works in progress, work mouse, works in progress, crisp packet. So much yarn, biscuits. There's just stuff everywhere, which is really just not conducive for a good working environment in any capacity. This is my works in progress trolley. That's a mess. It needs sorting out. Then I've got a random bunch of yarn, Persian towels, blanket, and then I'll just move this chair out of the way. And then this is what I want to sort out. So this is like a mashup of some books and then some yarn and then some books at the bottom. And I am reading, but I'm reading more on my Kindle at the minute, and so I don't actually need these in here. I might move them to the bedroom, and then I want this whole thing filled with all of my yarn so I can see it, because if it's out of sight, it's out of mind. This top bit is fine, probably don't need to do anything with that. This needs a little bit of a tidy. In here is a load of yarn that I'd like to transfer over onto here. I've got Aran in here and some like thinner chenille. And then this is my cotton Aran trolley that ideally I would move onto here as well. If there's room, I hope there's room. And then free up this space as much as I can. That bag there, that has some old whips in it, and I am avoiding looking at it or going near it because I know I'm going to have to sort them out, but I don't have the mental brain capacity at the minute. So this is the priority here, sorting this out. With this corner, I have a plant stand that I want to put there and have plants on, and free up a bit of space. I don't know if that's going to be realistic because of the plushies that are on top and like where they're going to go, because there's not really any room for them to go anywhere. I mean, they could go on the top of the plant stand, I guess. That might work thematically as well because we've got the snail. I'll have a think. And then future project for these pins. I hate I don't know what that's called, the flag that they're all attached to. I hate it. I'd like to crochet one, like maybe do a tapestry crochet and then have all my pins on it, because that is not the extent of my pin collection. I have several boxes full in the other room that I haven't displayed and I would like to display, so that's a thing to think about. Then I've got some random bags here in the cupboard at the bottom. You can just see the edge of a blocking mat, but there are bags in there with yarn that I need to sort out as well. So yes. Oh yes. And then I forgot about under here is more yarn that I need to sort through. It's a mess. It's a mess. So realistically, the best place to start, I think, would be take the things off these three and the bottom, and then move my acrylic to the top, I think, because I have a bit more acrylic as well. So I need to sort of measure out how big of a slot I'm going to need for acrylic. Maybe all those 3 shelves, and I might combine them with this bit here as well. So that'll be the first thing. Whether that is logically what I'm going to do first is another thing, because my brain will be like, oh, yarn over here. Oh, maybe I should move that. Oh, what about this? And then I'll find something I haven't seen in 10 years and get distracted by it. So, I mean, watch this space, but it's getting done today. This place is getting tidied and moved and sorted and everything today. is a stickler for like the way the colours should be arranged, then you're probably going to hate me, because I am not putting it in any sort of order. I'm just eyeballing it for the acrylic yarn. I don't really know what colour to go next. Maybe blue, and then green, and then yellow and white. I don't know. We'll see how it looks, and if it looks horrific, I'll swap it out, but it looks good for now. Typical that I found 2 balls downstairs. Now I need to slot them into this wall of colour. Now I'm going to add to the top, if I can fit it in. I've got a lot of variegated DK, like these, and these, and a couple of different other ones. If you can hear the rain, it's very stormy outside. So I'm going to try and move all of those up, and this sparkly one. Can you see the sparkles? Probably not. They all need to go on the top, I think. Otherwise I'm just going to have a random gap and nothing to fill it with. Okay, that fits suspiciously well. That is very suspicious that it all fit like that. I mean, they're not perfect lines, but it fit. Okay, that's all the acrylic DK, I believe. Now I'm going to move on to the cotton. So this shelf here is actually, I want to say 4-ply. I have a lot of 4-ply. Yarn and Colours must have mercerised cotton. Why can't I see what it is on here? It's a weight 2. I ordered most of this several years ago because I was going to make a blanket. It was a specific Yarn and Colours blanket, a variant of a granny square type 1 with, yeah, several different coloured squares and then the same border, and then you sew it all together. As you can tell, it's still here, so I never did it. I think I made one motif and then gave up. So that's 4-ply. And then I've got my trolley over there with all of the Aran cotton, which I think I'm going to do next because it's chunky, and then go down to the thinner stuff and then pull out from the shelves underneath anything else that needs to go in there. Again, I'm going to be eyeballing the shelf size. Oh no, actually, this is a fixed shelf. Oh dear. That is a fixed shelf. Is it going to be big enough to fit all of the cotton Aran? Probably not. I'm going to try. I don't think it's going to fit, but I might try. So we're going to move all of this into here. That's the next step. But I have a couple of random balls of yarn in there that I just haven't done anything with. These are Rikarumi. I think it's called Spin DK, and they're lovely, but I've had them for years and I don't know what to do with them. This is supposedly a DK, but it's very, very thin, because this is a DK as well. This is just a random one that I had from a top that I made. And if you compare, can you see? Like, they are definitely not the same thickness. It's not showing very well, but Rikarumi is a lot thinner. Can you see? Rikarumi is a lot thinner. Anyway, I don't know where they're going to go. In the cotton shelf somewhere. Somewhere. Now we're going to move these Aran weight acrylic these chunky acrylic onto here, I think. Here's a moderately better view of what I'm working with. I think I'm going to have to put this shelf down to fit all this chunky in. So I'm just going to test like a row and see how high up it goes. I don't think I'll need both, but it's chunky yarn, so we'll see. Just coming back on for a second because as I'm transporting these over, I'm just reminded how gorgeous these yarns are. I've had these for ages. When they first came out, I bought them with, surprise, surprise, like no project in mind. And I've been dying to use them for something, and I just don't know what. I feel like a blanket is a really obvious choice. I got like 2 in every colourway. I feel like a blanket is an obvious choice, but I don't know if I've got it in me to do another blanket. I started working one up to do a top, which is called End of Summer. I think this was my favourite one. And then knitted, it works up like that. But I've never made it. This is so soft. It's 100% acrylic, I think. Yes, and it's so squishy. I really like it. What am I going to make with it? Don't know. I had a brainwave the other day and thought about frogging this. You see, like frogging this and making table mats, because this in a moss stitch or a linen stitch as a table mat I think would look lovely, and we need table mats. It might be a bit too squishy for a coaster, but maybe table mat, something like that. Anyway, I digress. So with that in, I've now got 2 shelves with a bit of space. I'm tempted to move that up one because of that gap there to free up a bit more space here, and then I might move over this yarn into here so that potentially this could be made redundant, because it does take up quite a lot of foot space under my desk. Look at that foot mark on my wall. That is terrible. That is embarrassing. Some of that in there are long forgotten whips, but it might be nice to remove this thing out. I moved the shelf up. That's better. That's sorted. And now the rest is a tip, and I need to go and find spaces for the books. All of these extra bits, my crochet projects, and tidy my desk. I found some extra cotton yarn, so I need to try and get that in there. That's going to be fun. And then I'm going to sort out this works in progress basket. Slightly regretting starting this task because there's stuff everywhere, but we'll get there. Update. I am done for today. I think it looks much neater. Got my little plant stand with absolutely no plants on. Definitely more manageable now. I can actually get some work done. My works in progress trolley is overflowing. We don't acknowledge that. This was the main thing anyway, to get all the yarn neatly put away. And then this bottom one's just a bit random. And then I've put some plushies in there. And then I've redone this top section. And then the plant stand. Still a bag of things to work out. Might put them in a separate room. It's looking a lot more cozy. I'm happy.